Please, Canada, please start hiring again.
How hard it is to find a job in Canada.
The jobs market in Canada is getting worse.
33,000 people lost their jobs in Canada.
You know, how many jobs there were posted in the last 24 hours.
If you have a job right now, thank your stars. Hold your job tight.
Trying to find a job as a young person in Canada right now is not easy.
It's tough to get Canadian jobs now.
Yet young, educated Canadians cannot even find jobs.
Because those people are who truly matter in this country.
Thousands of people are applying for this one job.
Whenever there's a job fair, you have hundreds of people lined up around the building trying to get opportunity.
These young people are trying to get jobs or trying to get into the workforce, and nothing is happening for them.
Can we just talk about the job market in Canada right now? It is literally messed up.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because today we're talking about something affecting so many Canadians right now, the job crisis. Whether you're a recent grad, someone who's been working for years, or just worried about the future, this hits home for a lot of us. We've all seen the headlines: rising unemployment, companies slowing hiring, and people struggling financially. But behind those numbers are real people facing stress and uncertainty. Today we're breaking down what's really going on in the Canadian job market and sharing some personal stories and my honest reactions. If you've been dealing with job frustration or layoffs, or just want to understand what's happening, this video is for you. So get comfy and let's dive in together.
Please, Canada, please start hiring again. Do something. I can't keep spending all day on Indeed and all day handing out resumes and all day calling people and all day emailing people for no response!
Do you know how hard it is as a Canadian, whether you're conservative or liberal or anything, to find a job right now? Like, I guess we can blame the foreign worker program, but nowadays it seems like whether you have no experience or not and you're applying for a job that doesn't have experience needed, these guys end up sending a letter saying, sorry, you don't have the experience required. Like, what the F? Let me tell you this. Regardless of the new leadership, right now the government needs to focus on making sure that Canadians can find a job right now so that we can support ourselves, part-time jobs. Like, take it slow. Like, obviously I know a lot of us are skeptical about the current government, but I'm just praying to God that at the very least they'll be able to address that issue, because let's be honest, all of us legals who've been living here longer, like, I got no beef with illegal immigrants, but they have to realize that us residents who've been living here since we were born and stuff, we need to find a job here. But, you know, that's just my thoughts. What do you guys think?
It's actually insane how difficult it's becoming right now to get a job in Vancouver. Like, I've been looking for a job for 2 months. Yes, maybe it doesn't sound like too long, but I've worked in the city before and it has never been this difficult, especially with the amount of applications that I have submitted. I barely heard from anyone, and that's kind of concerning. I mean, yes, maybe I don't have much qualification and I'm literally at this point just looking for an entry-level position, even at minimum wage, because I'm desperate. Because, I mean, if I don't get a job within the next month, then I guess I would have to start an OnlyFans, because I don't see any other way of making money, honestly.
Can we just talk about the job market in Canada right now? It is literally messed up. Like, you are applying for a job, okay? And there's 500 different applicants applying for the same position as you. It's an entry-level position. They have 8 years of experience and you're just entry-level. And honestly, it is so crazy out here. You always need to work on your skills. You always need to make sure you know how to speak and how to be confident. And I feel like when I'm in an interview, like, I'm just not myself and it's like my nerves take over and it's like, okay, breathe, you can do this. And my voice starts to change too. And I'm like, okay, this is not Madhu speaking. But I feel like after so many interviews, you build that confidence, you get better. Even though it's rough out here, you gotta be positive. You will find it, and whatever opportunity is meant for you, and you will get that job.
There is a significant problem when it comes to employment in Canada, and I don't think that our leaders are talking about it as much as they should. Especially for the younger generation. There are people out here that are saying that they applied for over 100 jobs and they never even got a call back. I saw this comment the other day. This person said they applied at Walmart 3 times and they got rejected. So some people are desperate out here, man, and it's sad to see a lot of these young people are trying to get jobs or trying to get into the workforce, and nothing is happening for them. And I remember over 10 years ago, I would go to an agency looking for work and they would ask me, do you want to go to work right now? Or they'll tell you, come tomorrow morning, we'll have your stuff ready and we'll send you somewhere for you to go to work. That's how it was over 10 years ago. Now it's not the same thing anymore. Now agencies are backed up. They have so much people, they can't even the agency themselves, like having a hard time, getting people into jobs. So it's tough, man. And I feel sorry for the new generation.
This is the line at one of the Toronto job fair, and to be specific, that's at the Duffer Mall. Maybe some of you guys are not aware. This has been happening a lot lately all over the city. Whenever there's a job fair, you have hundreds of people lined up around the building trying to get opportunity. Now, this is what the news will not tell you. In April alone, last month, we've lost 7,400 jobs, which also caused a 6.9% increase in the unemployment rate. As per this report, this was the highest we've seen this number since the pandemic era. I think it's going to keep getting worse. This number here could jump to 10% in the next few months. Hopefully it doesn't. But Canada, buckle up because it's not looking too good for us.
Okay, guys, I just want to come on here and rant quickly. I live in Canada and I recently lost my job like a few months ago now. And I've been, it was unprovoked. Like I just was laid off basically without notice. But I've been looking for another job. It's been months and I cannot find a job. I have decent work experience, references. Like I have applied literally anywhere and everywhere I have applied.
Can someone explain to me how do we live in one of the best countries in the world, yet young, educated Canadians cannot even find jobs? Stat just came out and unemployment in young Canadians is at 13.5%. You've got the degrees, you've got the experience, you did everything the system told you to do, but you're back living at home, applying for jobs that pay less than your student loan payments. Inflation's at a record high, housing's unaffordable, and groceries are a joke. The craziest part is nobody's talking about it like it's a problem. So how is it in a country this wealthy, generation that's the most educated in history, cannot afford basic life? And this is not fear. This is a fact. This is Canada right now. And no one's coming to fix it. There is no rescue plan. You either adapt or you get left behind. If you're a young Canadian, tired of waiting for opportunity, create one. If you're open to something different, DM me reality and I'll show you what I'm doing.
You guys weren't kidding. The job market in Canada is nuts right now. It's been on my FYP for a while, so I thought I would do a deeper dive on LinkedIn. I just sat down here, decided to do a quick search to see, how many jobs there were. I'm in the marketing space, so I wanted to have a quick look at the entry-level jobs. Obviously, that's, where Gen Z is coming in, so I'd like to have a look to see, how many jobs there were posted in the last 24 hours. It looks like across Canada, there's about 330 some odd jobs that were posted, specific to social media marketing. And some of them I just clicked in, had a quick look, and within even 5 hours of being posted, they've already received over 100 applicants. If that's any indicator of what is happening, that's pretty crazy out there. So I wish you guys luck.
Canada's economy is losing jobs. Check this out. Finding jobs in Canada is starting to get more difficult, as Canada's labor market has just shrunk and actually lost jobs last month, compared to predictions that it should be growing. In fact, Canada's unemployment rate is expected to hit 7% by the end of the year. And if we look at this for younger Canadians, the number is already much higher. This is causing a lot of Canadians to have a little bit of anxiety around their jobs, as Canada's unemployment rate is rising faster than most of its peers around the world, and is also driving speculation of further rate cuts from the Bank of Canada to help boost and create more jobs for Canadians. Do you guys think this unemployment data will force the bank to cut rates again in July, or will they hold steady? Let me know.
So, how hard it is to find a job in Canada? Well, if you are a young person that is trying to look for a job and you're less than 21, less than 25, you're definitely having a tough time in Toronto, where unemployment is spiking up. It has gone up to double figures according to a lot of reports, not to mention the fact that in general, the unemployment situation in Canada is not good. We stand at 6.9% today. Okay, and even that report that came out, in that 6.9% report, the jobs that were added were part-time jobs. Canada has a big unemployment problem, a huge unemployment problem. We don't manufacture anything. We're not creating opportunities for kids, for our citizens, for Canadians. But we invited a bunch of people over from other countries because we thought that would help our unemployment situation. It didn't, did it?
Pierre Poilievre says it's time to end the temporary foreign worker program, and he's right, and I agree with him. In 2011, there were about 356,000 temporary foreign workers in Canada. By 2021, that number had jumped to 845,000. That is 1 in 25 workers. In agriculture, it's 17%. In food services, it's almost 10%. Most earn well below the Canadian median of $42,000 per year. Nearly half of study permit workers make $6,000 or less in a year. Meanwhile, 500,000 low-skilled jobs once held by Canadians have disappeared since 2001. And over 350,000 of those spots were filled by newcomers. The Liberals propped up this broken system, and Canadians are paying the price with lower wages and fewer opportunities. It's time to end it and put Canadians back to work, because those people are who truly matter in this country. My name is Berta Proud Dad, and I am unapologetically conservative.
The jobs market in Canada is getting worse. This is EI claims. Since May, parabolic. And this is the active EI recipients, and as you can see, strong uptrend. I talk to a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, realtors, and the bulk of the conversations that I have with people are trimming fat in their business. They're cutting back. They are getting rid of employees they don't really need. They're getting rid of office space. They're shutting down ads. It's very rare I talk to somebody and they tell me that they are increasing their business expenses. And the construction industry is just getting started. There's a couple year lag on that because when real estate gets really hot, we end up building a whole bunch of things. Those things take 2, 3, 4 years to complete. Now all of those buildings are starting to complete, so you're starting to see the construction industry start to feel this. Talked to a buddy today who's in that space. He's telling me that there's people that have businesses for 10 years that are closing them down. They're leaving. They have to sell their homes because they have so much debt. People are remortgaging their homes, lines of credit maxed out, etc. And unfortunately, I think that's probably just kind of starting in construction, because I think you'll feel the bulk of that sometime next year. Now, not to be negative and spread fear, but this is what's happening, and that's what I do. I tell you what's happening. I'm not saying Canada's collapsing or anything dystopian like that, but that's the data, that's what's happening. The jobs market is getting visibly worse.
Applying for a job in Canada right now is a full-time job. It is hyper competitive. So the term elbows up could simply apply here because, as you guys know, I'm day 3 now into an experiment. I've been using a fake resume, fake profile, and sending that out to jobs that I think that I would qualify for. So based on my background, I've actually tweaked my resume to kind of mimic that as well. And I'm just testing the market and seeing what sort of feedback I get. So I've applied to 28 jobs right now. This is day 3. I had 1 auto rejection. Every time I go to apply for a job, I have to tweak my resume just even a little bit to make sure that it makes sense with the job posting in itself. There's been times when they've asked for a cover letter. I have a very generic one. Sometimes I tweak that. Then when they do ask for a video, I'm actually usually not that vested or that interested, so I automatically bypass that and I will not proceed any further. So anyways, I totally can relate. You guys, when you're out there applying for work, it does take up a lot of time, a lot of energy, and honestly, I know it's tough. Please hang in there. I hope you guys land where you were supposed to land.
It's tough to get Canadian jobs now because the government is subsidizing international students, immigrants, foreign workers. And the crazy part is our tax dollars is what pays for this crap. So we pay our tax dollars where we don't have any jobs to these people that eventually go away to their countries. This is what happens when you voted in a liberal government. In the last 10 years since Justin Trudeau, this government has been trash. They don't give a crap about Canadians. But people voted for them because Mark Carney was supposed to be someone different. You know, he was Justin Trudeau's economic advisor since 2020. Justin Trudeau followed Mark Carney since 2020 economically. And how did that go for us Canadians? We had the worst inflation, the highest cost of living than any G7 country. Not only that, our GDP took a dump since Justin Trudeau took office. I'm not saying conservative government's perfect, but end of the day, when it was under Harper, even though I didn't enjoy some of the stuff, but overall, Canada was a much better place to live. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about this? Is the liberal government any good? It's not. There's going to be a lot of bots that are going to be, oh, Mark Carney's going to change everything. He's so great. Justin Trudeau and him are the same. You fell for it. CBC was like, oh yeah, the liberal government's so great. And then you followed them because they're just a propaganda machine for the liberal government. Now, this is a shameless plug. If you want to learn how you can actually make money without trading your time for it, even though the jobs suck, but you can learn skill sets where you can actually send people to certain affiliate links, and those affiliate links will pay you commission. And that's just one income stream. There's the other one where if you invest in any amount of money in this particular income stream, it can pull in 60 to 200% a year. So I'm going to give you both. Here's the website. This isn't for everybody. It's only for the people that are serious. They're sick and tired of what's happening around them. They want to make more money. They don't have to worry about jobs or anything like that. This is where you go. For the people that are not into that, you know, just stick to your 9 to 5 if you still have one.
If you're between the ages of 15 and 24 and you're wondering why you can't find a job, let me show you why. I had come across a Globe and Mail article and they were talking about how the job market for new Canadian graduates is absolutely abysmal. In the first quarter of 2025, the unemployment rate for recent graduates was 11.2%. Now, this includes individuals who are under the age of 25, have completed university or some other post-secondary education, and they are not currently enrolled in school. For those aged 15 to 24, this is the highest unemployment rate that we've seen in the past 2 decades, excluding the pandemic. What I find interesting about this Globe and Mail article is when they talk about the reason why the unemployment rate among youth is so high in this country, they attribute it to Donald Trump and the tariffs. They make the justification that because of the trade war that's going on with the United States, it is reducing investment and expansion within Canada, and that is why they're not hiring any people, and that's why the youth are unemployed. Now, what they're saying isn't entirely wrong. Yes, because of the trade war, there's less investment in Canada and there is less expansion, and that means there's going to be less jobs offered in this country because of the trade war. But youth unemployment in this country has been a big issue for the past several years. It's not something new. This has been happening well before the trade war with the United States. And let me clue you in on the reason why the youth are experiencing record unemployment in Canada right now. Immigration. Simple as that. Now, before you call me a racist, let me explain. Now, here's the reason why, as a Canadian youth, you're not able to get a job. Number 1 is because of the temporary foreign worker program, and number 2 is because of the student visa program.
There is no job in Canada. Yes, I said it. No job in Canada for people who are looking for menial jobs. Look at the statistics. The amount of people who have come into Canada in the last 1 year has tripled. And most of them are coming in as on visit visa, turning into refugees or students. Students and those people coming in on visit visa, turning to refugees, mostly go after those menial jobs. They don't want to aim higher to go for professional jobs. So that market is saturated. If you call agencies right now, they will tell you we do not have jobs. And this was not how it was before. You could walk into an agency and they will give you a job the next day. That is how Canada was before. But because of the influx of people coming in and the influx of people looking for those menial jobs, the jobs has really dropped. So if you are coming into Canada, this video is for you. Don't target menial jobs. Target professional jobs. There are jobs in Canada for people who want to take it one step higher, become professionals in a field like business analysis, get a career there and transition into that career. There are a lot of jobs for you. There are a lot of jobs as a general BA, as a niche BA, then in different domains. There are so many jobs for you. So if you are coming to Canada and you want a job, your best bet is to upskill, and we do that. We have a business analysis, mentorship, and internship program. It's a 3-month program that would train you and give you the skills you need to transition into getting a professional job. The extra mile is never crowded. Do not settle for less and be fighting for these menial jobs. Yes, 1 or 2 people will get the menial jobs, but even after getting the menial jobs, do you want to be a factory worker forever? Do you want to be a healthcare worker forever? You need to ask yourself these questions. What do you want to do? Do you want to work in an office 9 to 5, just like I do and other people do and all my mentees do? Or you want to work in a factory for 12 hours and end up going home with $2,000 in a month? You have to choose what you want. Choose what you want. If you want to succeed in Canada, then attend my business analysis, mentorship, and internship program. It would upskill you, give you those skills you need to transition into the job market in Canada and getting a 6-figure job in the country.
The job market in Canada is terrible right now. So if you're applying for work, you'll totally get it. But what's one skill that I highly recommend every young person develop? In 2024, StatsCan basically stated that 60% of Canadian jobs were at risk due to AI. And of that 60%, 31% of those jobs could be potentially lost by 2030. That's a huge number. So what is this one skill? It's entrepreneurship. AI can replace a lot of the task-based jobs, but one thing it can't replace is problem-solving minds. Entrepreneurs don't wait to be hired. They create value. And basically, I find they are constantly testing new ideas. They fail, they pivot, they repeat. So it's a space that I work in. It's a space that I love. I'm super passionate about it. If you're also interested in learning a little bit more about entrepreneurship and how you can apply that to your resume, I would love to talk more about it. So follow along.
If you have a job, hold your job tight too. If you have a job right now, thank your stars. Hold your job tight. Now, I'm not here to say that if you don't like your job and your job is toxic, you should leave your job if your job is not giving you peace of mind. But if you think that there are jobs out here waiting for you, think twice, my brother, my sister. Look at me with my envelope, with all my CV inside. I'm looking for my own job for myself because online is not doing online job. So I have to go by myself physically to all these places. All I'm hearing is, okay, we'll call you. Is something wrong with your phone? You have not called me since? This is getting scary. Because guys, any vacancy, because at this point, I print like 20 CV here. Anywhere I go, any hospital, any clinic I see, I'll just enter. I give them because it's like they are not opening the online applications anymore. It's like something is wrong with their online work. So I have to go there physically, and I have to, when I give the receptionist, and she'll say, "Oh, don't worry, I'll give my manager." I say, "No, I want to see you give your manager now." Because if I leave, now inside voicemail, they go throw my CV now. CV where I work hard for. I'm about to enter one clinic now. I'll let you guys know how it went. But I tell you how it is. Receptionist will say, "Do you have your CV with you? Okay, do you have an appointment? Okay, I'll let my manager know and we'll give you a call." Otilo. Did I not tell you guys? Same stuff. Okay, we'll take a look and we'll get in touch with you. In touch with you. I don't know which kind of hospital that one is, but I'm not here to judge. I'll take anything. Waiting they pay me pass is the receptionist. Am I begging for money? Did I come to your establishment or to your clinic or your hospital and say, "Please give me money, I've not eaten"? No. I come and they say, "Do you have an appointment?" I say, "No, I don't have an appointment. I'm here to drop my resume." They say, "Oh."
Brother, it's summertime. These used to want to go outside and play basketball. These used to want to go look for girls. These used to want to crash out and get the bag by any means. This is why Canadian youth face the worst summer job market in decades after the surge of foreign workers. Brother, the traps are full. The tellies are full. Fam, when you see a bunch of jewelry store robberies happening, when you see a bunch of B&Es happening and it's all kids, I don't want to see you guys complaining, brother. It's the government's fault. Even if all these kids aren't necessarily criminals now. Brother, imagine all these kids are at home. They're not making no money during the summer. Their parents have to work twice is hard, so their parents can't watch them. They can't afford babysitters. What do you think they're going to do? Fam, idle time is the devil's workshop. You know what I mean? Fam, they're bound to get into some trouble. I can't blame these kids for being on their earth. There's no other way. Like, how are you going to do it? You can't get a job. The trap's full. The telly's full. Like, brother, you have to do what you have to do to survive. You actually think Canadians are actually stupid? Like, what do you mean a random surge of foreign workers? How do you just have a random surge of foreign workers, brother? What country did these foreign workers come from? I'm curious to know. You know what I mean? I don't want to guess it because they're going to say I'm racist or something after.
Canada lost 41,000 jobs last month and most of them were full-time roles. The unemployment rate remained unchanged at 6.9%, but that's because the participation rate dropped by 0.2%, meaning people are giving up on their hopes of finding a job and they're not looking anymore. The unemployment rate measures the percentage of people who do not currently have a job but are actively looking for one. If the amount of people looking goes down, then the pool of unemployed shrinks on paper even if no one actually found a job. The big news here is that the share of unemployed now considered long-term just hit 23.8% in July, which is the highest since February of 1998. Nearly 1 in 4 unemployed have been actively looking for work for at least half a year. This is a major contributing factor to the participation rate dropping. A lot of people get frustrated when they can't find a job for over 27 weeks and they drop out of the labor force. Young people are the most impacted by job losses. The unemployment rate in ages 15 to 24 is a staggering 14.6%. The labor market has appeared to have stagnated in 2025, but the long-term and youth unemployment are reaching crisis levels. Both of these worsening imply long-term structural issues with no quick fix, but if left unaddressed will lead to much bigger problems.
And that brings us to the end of this deep dive into the Canadian job crisis, a crisis that's affecting so many people across the country right now. What we've explored today goes beyond just numbers and news reports. It's about the real human impact that's unfolding every day. Whether you're a recent grad struggling to find your first job, a seasoned professional suddenly facing layoffs, or someone worrying about what comes next, this crisis touches all of us in different ways. It's perfectly natural to feel overwhelmed, anxious, or even frustrated when the job market feels uncertain and challenging. But know this, you're not alone. Behind each statistic we've discussed are personal stories, moments of hope, disappointment, resilience, and courage. And by sharing these stories openly, we can build a stronger sense of community and understanding. If you're currently facing difficulties finding work, please remember that your experience is valid. Reach out for support, whether it's through community resources, training programs, or simply connecting with others going through similar struggles. Building a network of support can be a powerful step toward navigating these hard times. For those who might not be directly affected right now but are watching, your role is important too. Advocate for meaningful policy changes that prioritize job training, mental health support, and fair employment opportunities. Support local businesses that are working to create stable jobs. Small actions, when combined, have the power to foster real change. Looking forward, addressing this crisis requires a comprehensive approach. We need investments in education and retraining to prepare Canadians for the evolving job landscape. Employers, policymakers, and communities must collaborate to create jobs that offer stability, fair wages, and growth potential. And importantly, emotional and mental health support must be a top priority for those impacted. This crisis also challenges us to reconsider what work means in our society. It reminds us that work is not just about earning a living. It's about dignity, purpose, and connection. Finding ways to ensure every Canadian can access meaningful work is a goal we must collectively strive for. Thank you for spending this time with me and being part of this conversation. If today's video helped you understand the situation better, or made you feel less alone, please hit the like button, share it with others, and join the conversation in the comments. Your stories and insights can make a difference. And if you haven't already, subscribe and ring the notification bell so you won't miss future videos that tackle important topics like this. Remember, resilience doesn't mean facing challenges alone. It means standing together through them. Stay hopeful, stay connected, and take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time.